How you doing? Special shout out to Third Hour. Is that what
Third
it is?
Hour.
What did we say?
It's
We got some awesome things cooking today. Literally, you may have noticed on the pan out earlier, we got literally a big old can cooking, and we're gonna have this relate to 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Great things. I'm gonna make my way on down towards Mr. Hawley, and Mr. Hawley's gonna take it away here.
So today we are going to do a little review of what we've already been talking about with phase change. We're going to throw that into those 3 states along with what happens during the phase change. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about atmosphere and the pressures around us that we take for granted every day. Mr. Schmidt?
Alright, we've been talking a lot about states of matter during 8th grade, and you may have gotten a little bit into that in 6th grade as well. What we have going on in here is we have a 50-gallon steel drum. Okay, steel is a very strong material. Inside of the steel drum, we have some water on top of a propane burner. This burner is putting a lot of temperature, giving the liquid molecules a lot of energy, so much energy that they can break away and turn into a gas. Now it's that gas that we're going to be manipulating in the situation, because we're going to eventually turn the burner off and then seal the container. When we seal the container off, I'll actually have a low pressure system inside of the can, high pressure system out here. The power of air is going to do amazing things today. Mr. Hawley?
Now, we talk about atmospheric pressure. There's on Earth, we talk about it being a bar of pressure. 1 bar above our heads, pushing in all over us. And we're used to that pressure. It doesn't affect us. We do whatever we want with this pressure because we're used to it. On other planets, I know we've been talking about planets in 7th grade, Venus in particular has a huge amount of extra pressure because of all the extra gases and things in this environment, and it's hot, and it's pressurized, and it would basically push in on us and we wouldn't be able to make it. Gas giants do that too. It's terrible. We'd never be able to survive there because of that great pressure. But we're going to show how that high to low pressure, and that kind of ties into weather. We'll tie this into weather later with high to low pressure and how that makes wind move and rainfall and all that other good stuff. Oh, we forgot to give a shout out to T. Burt's for the
Yeah, Burt's! Yeah, what up, Burt's? With that in mind, I'm just kind of curious, pre-weather unit in 7th grade, how does the wind move in terms of pressure?
Well, if you've got a low or high pressure front moving in, hot air tends to rise, kind of like you'll notice here. The hot water tends to rise, and the cool stuff wants to fall. So when you've got falling cold air being pushed up, and hot air going up, and cold air pushing under, it's like you've got cold air sinking and hot air rising, and that hot air gets in there and excites those particles in the clouds, and then it wants to rain back down.
And it just happens to be that if I'm like standing outside like I am right now and I'm trying to figure out which way is the wind blowing.
This is one of our outdoor videos.
If I actually face the wind, I'm actually going to be looking at where high pressure is at. Ooh. High pressure is always wanting to go to low pressure, and I can't really tell, but it looks like the wind is blowing this away.
According to our steam.
Oh, according to our steam. Oh, I just changed
whipping all over the place, yeah.
All right, so
according to that tree over there, kind of coming from the south.
Yeah, so high to low pressure in that situation. Well, once again, we got low pressure inside of the can. We're going to have high pressure out here, and pressure's going to take control. Pressure's going to go high to low, and we should see some interesting things.
Are we ready to see if we can do some damage?
Let's do some damage.
See if we can do this. So first, for safety purposes, we're first going to turn off our gas, which is going to, of course, cut around the heat and change our pressure systems. So first we're going to turn off our heat. So we're going to close our tank.
To the right.
Thanks. I'm going to put this on there, tighten it up. Should be a little extra tight or just leave it like that?
It's probably
Get a little extra squeeze. Well, so it's right there. Oh, I'm going to get my tool to work here.
On 3.
Okay, I know.
On 3.
Our
4.
technical lifting tools
2.
here.
3. Left. Chloe, move.
Oh, it's already talking to us. Oh!
Chloe, move.
It's angry, Mr. Schmidt. Oh!
Steel drum, that was awesome.
Hey!
We're done. That's
Yeah.
it. Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.